What's up, everyone? The Xbox press conference at E3 2011 just ended, and I'm going to be summarizing the stuff they talked about. Got my sticky notes, and there's a lot to cover, so I'm going to be making this fast. They opened up with Modern Warfare 3 gameplay, showing some underwater stuff and showing some combat in the submarine. Looked pretty good. Next, they have Tomb Raider gameplay, which they showed some. It was a lot of scripted stuff, a lot of just running through quick time events. Still have to see more on that to know if it's going to be really good or not. That's coming out fall 2012. EA Sports, Peter Moore came out on stage and talked about Tiger Woods, Madden, FIFA, and maybe another game is going to be supporting Kinect. And he also said other EA titles such as Sims and stuff will support Kinect as well. They didn't say in what way, they just said it's going to support. So maybe they might say more at the EA press conference. So Mass Effect 3 is next, and they announced that they're going to be supporting Kinect with it. So I don't think they had any movement stuff. It was mainly just voice recognition. And basically you'll be able to control dialogue options and be able to talk to the characters in Mass Effect 3 with your voice. So if a dialogue option says something, you just read the line and you'll be able to select it that way instead of using the controller. You can also control your companions with you, tell them where to go, and tell them abilities to use on whoever your reticle is pointing at. So we'll still have to see how well that will work. Still iffy about it. So next is Future Soldier, and they showed a teaser for it and showed some menu things. So they talked about the weapon customization and showed it. And it's going to be called Gunsmith. There's going to be a lot of weapon customization. You can change the inner workings of the guns as well, and you can do it all with Kinect. So they showed it. You can blow out the guns by doing that, and you can swipe through and change all the parts. And you can also do that with voice if you want. And they also showed a shooting range type of thing where you can test out the guns that you have, but they showed it with Kinect. So I'm assuming you'll also be able to do it with your controller, but the way they had the shooting with Kinect was a little weird. I don't really think I would want to play a game like this, but we'll have to see. So you use your fist, I think, for the camera to look around and stuff, and then you use your hand like that. So you open your hand to fire, you close it to not fire, obviously. And there was other stuff where you pull like that to get your weapon out, and then you do those controls. And then there's other stuff to like zoom in on your scope and everything. So really iffy on that. We'll have to see later. But they also said all Tom Clancy titles will have some Kinect support in them. Next, they talked about the new dashboard coming to Xbox that's fully with Kinect and stuff, and it looks pretty sleek. There's also going to be some new features coming with it, which is YouTube. It's coming to Xbox. Bing, which is not internet search. Bing, you'll be able to like just say Bing Harry Potter or whatever. I forgot the voice controls for it, but then it'll bring up all the stuff on Xbox Live for Harry Potter. So you want to rent the movie, any of the movies, or download some DLC for the games or whatever, you'll be able to do that. It's pretty much like a Finder for Xbox. They also said there's live TV coming, and there's going to be a UFC app coming. So the UFC app is really big. So you're going to be able to look up the fighter stats and stuff, order the fights right there on your console and watch them there, and you're going to be able to like pretty much do the whole ESPN, predict who's going to win by submission, by decision, or by knockout. And so that's going to be cool. And the new Xbox experience, or the new whatever it is now, Xbox experience is going to be coming out this fall in the fall update. So that's going to be nice. And from here on out, everything I talk about is going to be all Xbox exclusives. So, of course, they talked about Gears of War 3. They had some gameplay with Cliffy B and Ice-T. And not much to say about that. It didn't announce any really new things. So, yeah. Crytek had a teaser trailer type of thing for Rise, game they're coming out with, which is fully supported by Kinect. So, you're going to be Kinect to control the whole thing. And it sort of looked like a on rails type of slasher type of thing where you're holding your shield and slashing and stuff. I think it had a shield. I don't know. But actually that may have been that Project Sword thing from the other E3. I just thought about that. But next they announced E3. Halo CE Anniversary. So this is going to be the anniversary edition of Halo CE that's been rumored and talked about for a while. It's fully remastered with HD and everything. It looks very nice, and there's going to be multiplayer in with it online, so you'll be able to do all that with, and co-op. So stuff that you wouldn't have been able to do with the original Halo. Forza 4 was also talked about. They showed a trailer for it and talked about some of the Kinect stuff, integration with the voice and head tracking and things, so you'll be able to do like that and look around in the car and everything while you're driving, look out your side windows, whatever. That's coming October 11th. Next, Peter Molyneux came out on stage and talked about Fable The Journey, which is a fully Kinect thing again, and it's an on-rails type of spell casting thing. It didn't look really that great at all. That's coming out 2012. Next is pretty big, Minecraft, coming to Xbox 360 this winter, and it's going to be supported by Kinect, and that means Minecraft is exclusive to Xbox 360. PS3 won't be getting it, unless it's some kind of time thing. So also they announced a partnership with Disney, which they're going to be coming out with a game called Disneyland Adventures, which I think they rebuilt all of Disneyland inside the game, so you can walk around it just like you would in the real life, except it's a game, obviously. And there's going to be some like little mini games where you go on the rides and you can fly through with Peter Pan and everything. So if you have a kid, that might be nice to get them. That's coming out this holiday. I believe it was this holiday. Next, they talked about Kinect Star Wars, which was a pretty big disappointment for me. So they showed a teaser of it and then showed some gameplay. The lightsaber stuff looks really janky. I hope they get to work on that before the game comes out and smooth it up and just make it better, because I was actually looking forward to this game since it's Star Wars. But it does need some work before it comes out. Hopefully they get to do that. After that, Double Time came out on stage and talked about Sesame Street Once Upon a Monster that they're coming out with, and showed some gameplay for it. Next is Kinect Fun Labs, which is basically their way to bring all the hacks and stuff that's been happening on PCs to the consoles. So basically it's just showing some neat stuff that Kinect can do on the console. That's going to be available today, I believe, is what they said. So go out to your 360 if you have Kinect and use some of this stuff. So you'll be able to auto-create an avatar just by standing in front of it. It'll scan you in and everything, and it will like make you as your avatar. And we'll have to see how that works on multiple people before we know if it's really good or not, but it has a lot of potential. They showed one, and her face kind of looked a little uncanny. It looked a little weird, but we'll see. Next, they talked about finger tracking, which they already talked about before, but they showed some stuff with kind of like a tech demo where they took a picture of a guy, or they connected, and then took another picture for the background in a different position, and it cropped out him, took his first foreground picture out, and brought it out as a second layer or a first layer, and he was able to draw around it with his fingers in 3D. So that was pretty neat looking. Then he was able to look around it, and it was like a 3D image type of looking thing, whatever. They also talked about the scanning stuff that you saw in the first trailer or whatever that they had for Kinect back when they first announced it, where the kids scanned a skateboard into the game. They actually did that. They scanned some kind of stuffed animal thing into Kinect and was able to like control it and stuff. The actual scan looked fine, but when they were controlling it, it was basically just stretching it and moving it around. So that wasn't that impressive, but this whole scanning and in thing, it did look very nice once they scanned it in. So next is Kinect Sports Season 2. So this is going to be the next Kinect Sports game, and it's going to have golf, football, darts, skiing, tennis, and I think another little game that I forgot about, another sport. They showed some gameplay of that with golf and football. After that, Harmonix came out on stage and talked about Dance Central 2, which will now support 2 players. So you can have 2 people dancing at the same time, same screen, everything. So after that, their final big closing thing was a Halo 4 teaser. So that's coming out holiday 2012. And this was probably the biggest announcement of the show, or of this press conference. So they said it's going to be a whole new trilogy. So that's 3 more Halo games at least. And at the end of the trailer, if you look, Master Chief attaches something to the end of his pistol. So that may be a teaser that there's going to be gun attachments in this game. So that's it for the Microsoft press conference. If you want to see some of the videos or anything that I talked about, check the description, or I may put an annotation on the screen. And if there's not one, that maybe I couldn't find the video for it or whatever. So I will catch y'all later. See you.
Wake up, John! Chief! John!
I'm here.